What you're gonna do is short, very quick bursts, just underneath. That's exactly right, buddy.
We've got our guy Elvis out here, and we're actually doing a little spa day here at the Reptarium, which means that there's a little nail clipping time, and I have to be careful because I definitely don't want Elvis to get upset at me. I'm just using some dog nail clippers, and I'm just clipping the very end of his little thing off, just so that he doesn't have such unbelievably sharp claws that can really get into people.
And the other hand.
Ooh. You gotta be careful because these guys have quite the powerful things. And again, we have to cut him probably every, about 5 or 6 weeks or so is when his claws just start to get a little bit tough. And when we're handling them, whether it's Bruce or Jessica or myself, trust me, this guy gets on you just like he's doing with Bruce right now, and he becomes, come on, buddy, it's okay, it's okay.
Go that way.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. We're just gonna try to slowly, and we want to do this with as little stress to the animal itself, obviously, because we don't want him to be all freaked out. It's all about building trust with these animals, so we're not gonna restrain them or grab them or do anything like that to him. We're just gonna try to kind of go with him and just see if we can't just slowly work our way through. Sometimes you have to be pretty patient with this, because as you can see, like if I restrain him, he's gonna freak out, and I certainly don't want that to happen because we work so hard to build a bond with this guy. And there it goes, guys. That is the start of Spa Day here at the Reptarium. Oh, and by the way, welcome to the vlog. So we're going through and doing some maintenance, kind of the spa day for reptiles here at Reptarium. And of course, we've got our girl Big Mama here, which is actually a leopard tortoise, but she was a little bit of a project for us. We've only had her for about 7 or 8 months. And when we got her, she had really hard time moving her back legs. She just had some deficiency issues. So now she's doing much better, but we noticed that her beak is just a little bit long. I wanted to give her an update on this. So I thought, who else to call but my buddy Kenan. As a matter of fact, I watched an absolutely incredible video on his channel, link in the description, of how you actually shave down a tortoise's beak. So guess what? I decided I was gonna get the man himself on the phone. Kenan, what is up, my man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's good to see you at the Reptarium, man. I'm not there yet, but I will be soon.
Oh my gosh,
so
yeah.
This is cool. Now, what you're doing is really good, man. It's low maintenance, and I'm gonna teach you a couple of things that you can actually do. Oh, and look, I'm in the middle of this Florida sun shower.
Oh,
let me just step over here. But anyhow, yeah, man, so this is just something that tortoise keepers have to do from time to time. And usually you'll see these grown beaks and captive tortoises that are kept indoors because what happens is they're not actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. They eat off the ground, they're grazing. So sometimes they'll nibble or shave their beaks down on rocks and hard food. So one of the things, Brian, I think you should start doing is try and put some carrots in there. It's a harder food. It's something that will naturally help wear her beak down as she tries to grab it.
Good.
Another really, really good thing that I think is very important for calcium as well as the beak wearing is you're going to want to get some cuttlefish bone.
Gotcha.
Or they'll throw that in, and that's just maintenance. They may nibble on it, and it just kind of wears it down. One more thing, Brian, that's going to help you out 100 times in the future is to feed the tortoises on a flat piece of slate rock. That's going to be another way that this will naturally maintain the beak.
Listen, guys, I just had like the 101 on tortoises. I have always said I'm no expert. He's definitely an expert, and thank you. I mean, gosh, Kenan, you just blew my mind on probably the most simple things for you, but that is great, great advice, and it's going to help us so much. Tell me what's next.
Hey, well, this is what we're all about, man. You see, we got a really good community between you and a few other close YouTubers, and when I need help with snakes, you're always there for me, so I'm glad to return the favor, man. Let me see that Dremel you got.
Right here.
Okay, so you got that nice little pointy
Yep.
Dremel. Now,
I tried to do exactly what I saw in your video.
Yeah, man. So I was taught by a good friend of mine, Greg. He's a veterinarian. Sadly, he passed away, but he was just an invaluable resource to me for kind of doing yourself at home, minor things. I just want to remind people, if this is too big a job for someone, take your animal to the vet.
100%.
Don't risk it.
Yeah, and literally, not only do I not suggest you doing this, if you can go to a vet, definitely do it, but even I, that have been working with reptiles for 30 years, called Kenan, because I'm not an expert. I didn't want to do anything that hurt my tortoise at all, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the expert, ask him, if Kenan said, Brian, I think you should take it to the vet, that's what I would do. So I don't want anyone to go out there and just grab a Dremel and start carving up tortoises, guys. Be smart, So we're going to try to teach you, along with Kenan, how to do this, and if you just follow some of the things that Kenan said about the cuttle bonefish, about the slate, stuff like that, maybe you don't ever have to do this in the future.
What you're going to do, Bri, is you're gonna have who's your
This is Bruce over here.
Hi, big fan.
Oh, hey, what's up, dude? He's gonna hold it. Now, what you gotta do, Bri, is hand off the phone to someone
Yep,
else.
I'm going to hand it off to Noah.
All right.
And you grab it behind the neck, is that what I do?
Exactly, like kind of behind your head, and just hold it tight now.
Yep, I got it.
Good. Now you're gonna keep her from retracting.
Yep.
Fire up that Dremel. What you're gonna do is short, very quick bursts, because as we know, friction can burn. So you don't want to create that beak getting it hot. They're just gonna be short little bursts, just underneath. That's exactly right, buddy. Just do it, and you're just gonna bring down. Now remember, you're just getting the top portion of the jaw. And here's a little word, here's a vocabulary word for everybody out there. And what he is actually trimming is the beak, and sometimes tortoises will grow two fang-looking like protrusions. Those are actually called cusps. How do you feel, Bri? How does she look?
I think so far it's going good. I'm just taking off just a little bit.
That's it, just a little bit at a time. Wow, she's a good girl. She's really not even giving you any trouble.
She's a good animal. I love her.
Yep.
I'm trying to take this down how far now?
Well, you don't want to go too far to where it's going to bleed, okay? So you're just basically going to bring it down to it's going to stick out just below her bottom jaw, okay?
Gotcha. I think we're almost...
It's a little difficult for me to actually see the depth.
What do you think?
She looks pretty good, bud. Basically, what you're trying to do is just bring it down a little bit so that when she opens her mouth, she's able to get through it easily. I think with that kind of maintenance, Brian, she looks pretty good.
I think it seems like it's about there. Certainly, I took off again. It was probably only maybe 1/16 of an inch or so, but it looks like it's pretty even now. There's just a little tiny protrusion out there, but looks pretty good.
I think if you do the other things I suggested, I think you guys are going to be real happy with the results. Again, whenever we can mimic what these animals are doing in the wild, that's the goal. I know that's the Reptarium's goal with that beautiful facility I see behind you. So basically, I would do that. The harder foods, a slate plate to eat off of, just a piece of rock, flat rock.
Yep.
Something when she bites down, she's going to naturally wear that off. And then the cuddle bone is really going to help out with beak maintenance as well. It's going to be the best thing.
And thank you so much, dude. Again, guys, I'm going to put a link in the description to Kenan stuff, an expert, a good friend of mine. Definitely a channel you want to check out and show some love to. Tell him I sent you, as always, because he's fantastic. Kenan, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it, and my tortoises appreciate you too, man.
All right, brother. Good to see you guys. Thanks to meet everybody over there. I'll be seeing you hopefully this summer.
All right, sounds good, brother.
Look forward
Take care.
to it. Bye.
Bye. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the success of that, and I couldn't have done it without Kenan, obviously. Bruce definitely was good for that. Oh, and Noah was behind the camera sweating himself up real good there.
Yeah.
So thanks, Noah. I appreciate it. But you can see how when you look at the profile now, that beak doesn't come down really far, and that's what we're going to do. And all those little tips about the slate and carrots and stuff like that, cuddle bones, I mean, that is really going to help in the future as well to keep these animals healthy, because that's what it's all about. And like I've said, even though I've been doing reptiles for 30 years, I'm not a tortoise expert. I've only been keeping tortoises for a short time, so really I'm learning too. So having a resource like Kenan was absolutely amazing. And Big Mama here, she is looking absolutely beautiful. You look so good, girl. And now she can eat a lot better too. So on with the rest of the spa day at the Reptarium. Next up we have Toothless here, and trust me, you can see by Bruce's arms, Toothless has some little tiny nails that are pretty sharp. And all we're gonna do is take those clippers just like that, really gently. We're not gonna restrain Toothless and actually do anything that's gonna upset him. Just gonna take that little tip off, just like that. No big deal. We're probably going to get some little tiny clippers for something like this, because these clippers are a little bit big, but they'll do for now. And again, we're just going to go through every single one of these nails real quick, and we're just going to take that little tiny tip off. You don't want to take too much off, but that little tip.
I just don't want to get too far because I don't want to hurt him.
Exactly. You don't want to get in there because there is a vein in there. If you go too deep, it's actually going to make the animal bleed. If that happens, you can just use some cornstarch, put it on there, and it'll absolutely stop. But what we're doing is just taking that little tip off. That way, when we handle him, it doesn't scratch us up too much. Now, the downside is that, they use those claws to climb, which he likes to climb, but when he's climbing on us and ripping us up, it doesn't really work out that well, and we just have to literally just continue to do that. And you can see we're not restraining him. It doesn't doesn't seem to be too stressed out. We'll go through all his nails, get them a little clipped off, and then we'll move on to the next. Now, talking with Kenan, he talked about how the toenails need to be short enough to where they can put their entire foot down, and these toenails won't actually lift that pad off the ground. Looks like Franklin's back toenails are maybe just a little bit long, not too long at all. So we're just gonna trim the last little bit off. We're just gonna use the dog clippers just like everything else and just do a really tiny clip. Nothing too major. Again, just the very ends right here. Again, we don't want to get too much on them, but we want them to be able to really keep those pads on the ground. This doesn't hurt them at all. And I think that's going to be perfect for his little nails right there. Now he can get on the ground and those nails won't keep his pads off the ground. And we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Just a little tiny bit. Oh, Franklin. Franklin is such a sweetheart. Look at that cute face right there. And his beak looks really good, so we don't have to trim him, so that's really good. So we're just gonna go through, check the rest of the tortoise to see if they need anything, and then we'll move on to some other lizards. Next up, we're gonna do the bearded dragons. We're gonna start with Fetty Wops. He doesn't have too bad of claws here, but again, with people handling him, it's always good to just keep a little bit of a clip. So we'll go through, and like I had mentioned, we do this maybe every 4 or 6 weeks, something like that. Just go through, as we're handling these guys, which we do every single day, you basically tell when things start to get a little bit long because they start scratching you up when you're actually taking them out. And again, because every single day we're taking these animals out, whether it's to maintenance or when people come to actually see them and stuff like that, we can tell. Definitely time with this guy to just get a little bit of a clip, nothing too major. And Flaming Hot Cheeto definitely has some little daggers going on for sure. So that one's got to get done after Fetty. You know, today's vlog is kind of a perfect example why I try to always tell people that I never look at myself as an expert. I may be working with reptiles for 30 years, but I really didn't know a lot about tortoises, and I'm just really learning a lot about monitor lizards and stuff like that over the last couple years. So there's so much still to learn about it, and just having a little conversation with Kenan and just having him walk me through kind of some of this maintenance things that I didn't know about. And again, just simple things like the slate in their feeder or cuddle bones or whatever the case may be, that's pretty amazing. So we're actually talking about maybe changing the bottom of the tortoise pen 100% to more of a universal rock where it feels like rock the entire part. So that's something we'll do probably in the next week or two, but it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing something, there's still always lots to learn. And to be totally honest with you, it's exciting to me to learn it, because after 30 years of working really with snakes and some geckos, I kind of felt like I sure did know an awful lot. Now I feel like a new hobbyist again, which is exciting because I love learning. Again, it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing things, you can always learn and always evolve to try to keep your animals even better. So hey, listen, I'm going to always rely on guys like Kenan and other experts to try to help me along on this journey. And this cute little monkey here, look at how awesome Flaming Hot is looking. Woo-hoo, doggy. But I'm telling you what, like I said, those little toenails are little daggers, man. I mean, absolutely. Look at those nails right there. Ooh. And that's the problem is when kids come in and want to hold it, as soon as you put it on their hands or on their arm, immediately they're like, oh my God, it's going to hurt me, it's going to hurt me. The truth is, it's not going to hurt at all, but still, taking just that little tip off, that little dagger sharp tip off, makes all the difference in the world. So when we bring out Flamin' Hot next time, definitely going to be a much better experience for the kids for sure. But oh my God, this animal looks amazing. And hey, you know what? Everyone needs spa day every now and then. Apparently, the reptiles are getting it here over at the Reptarium. And for those of you that are thinking like, hey, are you going to do Artemis Prime? I tell you what, that would be a lot of fun. The good news is that Artemis really does run around a lot in these cages. And these cages do have rough surfaces, just like rocks. And the fact that he's always running, it wears his nails down pretty much to the point where he doesn't need them done, which is really good, because you would have to probably restrain Artemis. You couldn't just hold him and cut him like we have the rest of the animals. And that's just something I hate doing with monitors. I don't like restraining them. So the good thing is Artemis is pretty much set. Well guys, sometimes it's just good to pamper your animals, and I know the people that come to visit the Reptarium are going to really appreciate the fact that our monitor lizards aren't tearing them apart, as well as our bearded dragon, and the tortoises are going to be happier too, which makes me happy. With that said, I'm wishing you guys an amazing day. I do love you guys so much. Remember to be kind to someone, and I promise I will see you guys tomorrow.